Namaste, I'm Latika, your passion to profit girl. Now, I'm wondering, does it sound like you? I want to wake up every day and feel happy to go to work. I want to do what I love doing every single day of my life. I want to have a lot of creative freedom, the time freedom to myself, and especially the financial freedom. I want to turn my passion into a profitable, successful business. If you have these dreams, then this workshop is exactly for you. We will come back to your dreams just in a moment, but first I want to welcome you and tell you you are in a great company around here with me as we are going to be discussing the various stages of passion to profit that I went through. But first, it starts with discovering who you really are. Because let me make a true confession. Before I could really turn my passion to profit, I made all the possible mistakes that one could. And which, when I think about it, it's what every aspiring entrepreneur does, and it's only normal and natural to do so. And we will discuss later in this workshop as to why do we struggle and make those mistakes in the first place. So, I definitely learned the passion to profit journey the hard way. But right now, sitting here and teaching thousands of aspiring entrepreneurs how to turn their passion to business, I feel that there's a good reason I had to go through whatever I went through, and I feel pretty glad about it now. So, I have a goal for you for the next 60 minutes of this workshop. By the end of the workshop, you will know how to discover your superpowers and turn that into becoming who you are meant to be. You will also learn 3 secrets of passion to profit life no one has ever told you. And lastly, you will learn 4 steps to transform your passion to business. Sounds awesome? And I promise this will be fun and you will feel much more confident after this workshop. Now, for all those who complete this workshop, I'm going to give you a gift. This gift is my signature passion to profit blueprint. This blueprint gives you all the 15 steps that help you create a passion to profit living. You can actually take that in and apply it in your lives. But this is only for people who complete the 60 minutes of workshop. Now, the next 60 minutes are very crucial as you will be absorbing all the good stuff about passion to profit life, which you would not find anywhere else. So, take this class as if you are sitting right in front of me in real life, and I would really like that. And so, that means you also have to keep all the distractions away. Promise? Okay, let's begin. You must have downloaded and printed the worksheet that I shared with you. We will make use of that worksheet, do exercises and make notes. If for any reason you have not printed the worksheet, you can take the notes on pen and paper and fill your workbook after this workshop. Okay, now coming back to what your dreams in life are. I want you to do a little exercise here. The exercise is to write down your dreams about passion to profit life. What do you really want in life? What kind of work do you want to do? I really want you to think about this as if there's a genie listening to you, and whatever you say, the genie is going to make that happen for you. So you can use your workbook and use your pen and paper. Give yourself a minute. I'm going to wait for you so that you can write it down. I'm going to play a little music for you so that you are able to write it down. your dreams that you wrote, does it also mean any of these or maybe all of these? You want more time freedom, creative freedom, financial freedom, love what you do every day and make a great living, turning your passion to business. Make a tick mark if your dream is also one of these or maybe all of these. Do you know, you wouldn't have dreamed whatever you dream of if you didn't have the ability to achieve it. And if you have any of these dreams, you also have the abilities to achieve them. 6 years back, this was my dream to have all these goodness in my life. I was seeking my purpose and really dreamed of doing what I love to make a great living. I was constantly learning new things, reading, getting mentored by great coaches, and connecting the dots that helped me discover the most beautiful secret for a passion to profit life, and that secret lied within me. I'm going to share that secret just in a few minutes, a secret that revolutionized my life and that's making me do this workshop for you right now. Before that, a little bit of backstory about me for you to be able to connect with me here. And it's going to be very interesting. After my MBA in 2009, I worked for about 7 years in the corporate world in Mumbai. I worked in the areas of business development, creating customer loyalty programs, digital marketing, and branding. I worked with agencies and with brands like Cadbury's, Colgate, Bharat Petroleum, Hilton Hotels as my clients. By 2013 onwards, I started to seek more fulfillment at what I do. This was a point wherein I had the designation labels, financial rewards, but somehow the fulfillment was amiss. I was totally clueless person, really badly trying to find my space in the world. I looked up to people and admired entrepreneurs and always wished to become one. But I had no clue what to do or how to do anything about it. Digital marketing was a great skill and experience that I was equipped with. Plus, I was very good at sales. It was easy for me to transition into becoming a digital marketing entrepreneur. So in 2015, I started my own agency. Here I was an entrepreneur, but mind you, my work was more or less the same industry, similar kind of work. Just that I'm not an employee anymore. And it was good because I was my own boss. But the feeling of unfulfillment still existed. I mean, I wanted to do something that I really loved doing, but did not know at that point in time what was it. I, uh, my quest for searching my purpose and my passion began. So I was quite inclined towards teaching, and hence I also started teaching digital marketing in various colleges. I realized that I was almost on the right pathway. I found my purpose teaching others what I know. But I would like to teach something more concrete was my constant thought. I wanted to teach more like foundation based things like that are life transforming, that are life changing. And I also want to teach someone who is seeking the knowledge and transformation. My purpose was teaching but I was not following my passions. Now, gradually, I also discovered my passions that lied in psychology, spirituality, and entrepreneurships ever since I was a kid. It may look a little weird combination, but all these three things have a commonality of spirituality in them. Then I created a coaching program that combined all these three things together and made into a holistic program called Passion to Profit Lab that I offered to my people who were seeking this knowledge. These people were entrepreneurs. I did a few workshops and some more and more, and also one-on-one coaching of entrepreneurs. And after serving about more than thousands of entrepreneurs. Here I am sitting in front of you, sharing my passion to profit journey and telling you that if I can do it, so can you. Now, I want to know if you have ever felt like this. What's the purpose of my life? There's so much competition around me. Everyone else is so talented and unique but me. Everyone is doing so amazing in their lives. How can I be different in what I do and stand out? Then let me tell you this. There's just one person responsible for creating a life of your dreams. That person is the source of all the good things you want in your life. The joy of great work, passionate work, creative freedom, time freedom, money, and also the joy of being yourself, which I think is the greatest joy that one can get. And that person is, guess, is you. You are responsible for creating the life you love, creating the life of your dreams. And that's the secret one. You are unique with your wow factors and superpowers that the world needs. Let's get deeper into the secret and understand it. Make sure you take notes on this one. Do you know that you are the most unique person in the entire universe? You have natural gifts, you have wow factors. I'm going to show you how in detail, but even the nature gives us a physical proof of that. Your fingerprints, your retina cannot match with any other human being in this world. It's a reflection of uniqueness, of your uniqueness in the world of 7.5 billion people. Now, let's understand the secret one with this question. Here's a good question to understand the secret. Who am I? That's a great question very few people are able to answer. I want you to take a moment here and write down the answer to who am I? In introduction sessions in my workshops, most people answer like, I'm Latika, I'm a CEO of a so and so company, or I'm Latika, I'm a yoga trainer, an artist, or some say, I'm a daughter, doting mother, loving wife, etc. Yeah, let's say that's decent enough for introductions. But if we remove these labels for a moment and ask ourselves, who am I really? So let's look at this way. I am a spiritual being. What does that mean? You are a mass of energy. You function on frequencies. That body you are living in is nothing but a mass of energy. Yeah. And you have a physical body. But you are not physical, far from being physical. And you have been blessed with something unique than other living beings on the planet. You have been blessed with an intellect. Now, this is where thoughts originate from. The thought waves are cosmic waves that penetrate in the space, the most potent form of energy there is. Because we can think, we can form ideas using intellect. Ideas are a collection of thoughts directed towards a purpose. Those ideas then move towards when you take action with your physical body to give it a form. So, what we really want to look at is the mind. This is the most valuable idea I learned from Proctor Galler Institute. Mind is not the brain. Nobody has ever seen the mind. What is mind then? So, if we were to draw a picture of the mind, this is what it would look like. Let this big circle represent the mind and the little circle represent the body. The body is answerable to the mind. Now, this mind could be, of course, is very complicated, but we are going to keep it very simple. There is a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. Let's see how all of this works. There's these antennas that we all have.
We can hear, smell, taste, and touch. We are going to use these senses as long as we are in the physical body. We are going to use these to correspond with the material world. We are going to use these senses. If you are thinking what it has to do with passion to profit life, it has got to do everything. Now, please pay attention. The conscious mind is also the intellectual mind which separates us from the animal kingdom. Think for a moment. All the other creatures on the planet are completely at home in the environment. They blend in. You and I are completely disoriented because we can create our own environment. How do we do that? Because of our intellect. We all have these intellectual factors: perspective, exploration, sensation, memory, effectiveness, accuracy, harmony, authenticity. We hear these words, but we don't understand these are powers that separate us not from the animal kingdom but also from each other. But everyone has only one of these as their dominant function. You could also say as your superpower. And you have one of these as your second dominant function, and rest of the others are in decreasing order. We all use these functions at a different degree. Some of us use more of one and the less of another. Let's look at these cognitive functions in detail. Perspectives. Perspective is an intuitive process in the brain that involves looking for complex patterns. Exploration is again intuitive process that has ability to recognize patterns and understand what's going on behind the curtain. Now, if you have exploration as your stronger function as a kid, you have been driven to mess with your environment in order to figure out how things work. You must be asking questions that start with what if, that give you deep satisfaction. Okay. Sensation. When you live for the present moment, when you don't miss a detail of what's going on around you and you tapped into all your senses. Memory. Uh, the memory users prefer to capture information for later review. They are concerned with carefulness and hence focused on safety. Effectiveness. It's a function that asks, does this work? If you strongly identify this with this function called effectiveness, then when you were a little kid, you've been aware of what works and what doesn't work. People who use effectiveness are far more driven by outcomes than personal feelings. Accuracy. Now, if you are an accuracy user, you would be asking questions to yourself like, does this make sense? If you strongly identify with the function from time you were a kid, you were extremely aware of inconsistencies of thought. Harmony. Harmony users ask, is everyone getting their needs met? They focus on everybody's feelings and needs. Authenticity. Does this feel right to me? If you strongly identify with authenticity, you've been extremely aware of emotional impact events have you on a person or how they make you feel. Okay. So, for example, authenticity and exploration are my dominant and second dominant functions, respectively. Now, we have a cognitive test for self assessment to understand which are your dominant functions. Now, we all use these functions at different degrees. Some of us uh, use more of one and and less of another, and that's what differentiates us. That's our gift. What kind of ideas, what kind of things will you create depends on what are your most powerful functions. What kind of problem will you solve? What kind of product will you create? What kind of impact will you make? What kind of entrepreneur can you be will depend on these superpowers that you possess.
Now, these intellectual factors are only one of the superpowers that you have. Let's look at what else makes up who you are.
We all have different interaction styles to communicate with the world. You most likely have one of the four interaction styles. We all have different personality types. You have a different personality type, you have a preference towards one of the 16 personality types. We all have different cognitive abilities. You have a different stack of cognitive functions that we just discussed. We all have different strengths. You have your own set of strengths. We all have different weaknesses. You have your own weaknesses. We all have different life experiences. You have life experiences that no one else has. We all have different nurture upbringing. You had the nurturing, the upbringing that no one else had. We all have a different genetic code. You have a unique genetic code. Now, all these factors coming together are making up who you are. Now, imagine a combination of all these factors, the sum total of all these unique combination that no one in this world will ever have. This is your wow factor. This is what makes you unique, makes you stand apart from the 7.5 billion human beings on this planet. This is what makes you unique. That was the secret one. You are unique with your own wow factors and superpowers that the world needs.
Was that a light bulb moment for you? Type yes in the comments if it was. Now, the good news is that each one of us possess these superpowers, the wow factors. We can discover, craft, and sharpen these special abilities. But the bad news is that most people ignore, even if they exist. They don't bother to discover what their wow factor is. Each one of us in our hearts know that there is something more that we are meant to do. Our heart naturally seeks fulfillment. We do hear the whispers, that inner self, sometime talking to us, but most of us don't pay attention.
We wake up in the morning, go to work, remain stressed, and what else do we do? We keep trying to satisfy ourselves with all kinds of mindless pleasures, including shopping, drinking, way too much partying, going wild, and thanking God because it's Friday. I mean, instead of acknowledging the feeling of unfulfillment, we take the easy path. We try to dull our feelings or flee away from them as if possible. Over a long term, this non acknowledgement of your whispers, true calling, of your unfulfillment does much more harm to our mind and body. It's also one of the major causes of depression because we are trying to be someone that we are not meant to be.
Why do we live like that? Can we gather the courage to address this today? Why do we remain stuck and not listen to our inner self? Why do we keep letting ourselves engulfed in the daily grinds of everyday life? The reason here is not you. You have been programmed to be like that from the very beginning. And that's paradigm. Remember, I told you in the very beginning of this workshop that every aspiring entrepreneur goes through various struggles and makes those natural mistakes, which is normal. So this is that. This is that paradigm.
What is paradigm? A paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior, and all our behavior is habitual. Paradigm starts right from here. When you were a baby's mind is wide open. Everything is happening in the baby's environment is going directly into the baby's subconscious mind, and that baby becomes a product of her environment. The self image that baby develops is also the product of environment. That's where she got it from. Now, the self image is one idea. There are different ideas, and you put them all together, you call it a paradigm. When the paradigm is very well established, the baby begins to think. The conscious faculties develop. The baby starts to pick up the information from the outside world again. And then it gets to a point where it goes to school. When she goes to school, the paradigm continues. Schools gave us valuable knowledge. However, schools never taught us how to change our paradigm. The education system is again unfortunately based on linearity, conformity, and batching the children. They have a way of teaching us, they get us to look at a report card to tell us what kind of student we are. This report card has nothing to do with your potential, it has nothing to do where you can go. And now the child goes to college, paradigm continues, picks up a degree that fits well in the paradigm of society, and then picks up a job, and then paradigm continues. Society is respecting him because of the money and designation he gets, but the work is killing him. He is so unfulfilled inside, his inner whispers are royally ignored. They are eagerly waiting for the weekend to begin because those are the only 2 days they live how they should actually live. Why do you think, thank God it's Friday, is such a big industry now? They have social media clubs, meetups, and there is a chain of restaurants which capitalizes on this whole emotion of suffering and celebration of 2 days of freedom.
Can we change that? Can I change my paradigm now that I know about it? Yes, you can, and that's why this workshop. And that brings us to the secret too. You are born for a purpose. Your passions are a part of your purpose. The first step is to accept the change. The famous psychologist Abraham Maslow says we cannot change anything unless we accept it. The first step, therefore, is to acknowledge that a change in our way of life is needed. The second step is self-actualization. After accepting that the change is needed, the question becomes what type of change is most conducive to a fulfilling life? This is what he said, and I quote, "If you plan on being anything less than you are capable of being, you will probably be unhappy all the days of your life." So, the only way to live the most natural, fulfilling life is to live your passion because you are born for a purpose and your passions are a part of your purpose. Make sure you write down that in the workbook. You know you have found your passion when you will continue to pursue it despite what it may cost you. Passions are powerful, so you think they'd be easy to identify, they are not. We live and breathe them, but we don't give thought to them like the way we don't give thought to the air around us. You can't see a passion just like you can't see a wind. You have to search for what it moves you to do, but you don't notice, you just do it. And that's the critical part. What do you spend hours doing? What are you willing to sacrifice time, money, sleep, vacation for? What can't you stay away from? That is your passion. If your work is not your passion, then your passion is what makes you late for work, is what makes you rush through everything so that you can get back to your passion. Yeah. So take a moment to write down your passions in the workbook. Passions, they grip you. You are going to live your passions anyway. So you might as well do them for a living. Make sense? You know, in older English, passion is defined as suffering. One pays the price to fulfill their passion, but you will never seem to be mind paying for it. And do you know why? Because passion is a part of your higher purpose. It helps you serve your purpose, it gives you fulfillment. It's a pathway. It's a pathway for you to fulfill your purpose that brings us to secret 3. Passion is so intrinsic, innate part of our purpose that nature wants you to live that way. It wants you to live a passion oriented life. And the only way to do it is by making passion as your living. The secret 3 is based on this. Any passion can be turned into profit. All passions have value. All passions can be turned to profit. Were these 3 secrets about passion to profit life eye-opener for you? We learned secret 1. You are unique with your own wow factors and superpowers that the world needs. Secret 2, you are born for a purpose. Your passions are a part of your purpose. And finally, secret 3, any passion can be turned into profit. All passions have value. Now that you know the secret to creating a business and life you love is by transforming your passion to business, passion to profit, let me ask you this question. How badly you now want to make it happen? On the scale of 1 to 10, how eager are you now to turn your passion to business? I'm hearing you say that you want to go all in. Yes? So, do you promise to make that happen for yourself? So, yes, let's go ahead and understand now how to turn your passion to profit. How to turn your passion to profit. Now this will be gold because I'm going to be sharing with you my 4-step system to turn your passion to profit. I teach this inside my Passion to Profit Lab program, wherein the students go through each of these steps with the end goal of creating a profitable business in 12 weeks. We call this 4-step as 4P Eureka method. 4P because it has 4 P's, and Eureka because it has because each step is a Eureka moment for the students. It's discovery, the aha moments. The 4P Eureka method looks like this.
Now, this is an exact method I used to transform my passion to profit. First P or step 1 is purpose. The first step in the passion to profit cycle is self-discovery, where you discover your purpose, personality, your passions, which are all a part of your higher purpose on this planet. Starting a business is a spiritual process. Entrepreneurship is a spiritual process. Entrepreneurship means inner inspiration, antar prerna. So, the first step requires you to make these discoveries about your purpose, because this first step is our why. When we know our why, we will also be able to discover our what. Second P in the second step is product. Entrepreneurship is all about solving problems. You find a problem in your daily lives or in the daily life of your people, and you come up with a solution in the form of a product or service. This is a step where you create that product or service out of your passion that solves the current problem faced by the people. All the products that you see around are a solution to a problem. Bed tables, fake ice, business and life coaching, online courses are all solutions to common problems. The third P in the third step is people. Who is this product for? Who are the people you want to help with your product or service for that matter? Who is your tribe that will connect with you or resonate with you for what you have to offer? In this step, you will clearly identify the category of people you want to help. Are your people young, teens, middle-aged or old? Are they working? What kind of occupation do they have? What kind of lifestyle do they live? What are their preferences and behavior? So this is a step wherein you identify your tribe, your people. The fourth and final step is profit. How do you make profit? What's the business model that you will use that honors your purpose, passions, and personality? Profit can have different meaning or different definitions for different people. Profit can actually mean a lot more than money also. For some people, profit may mean reach. They have a message to share, a solution to offer, a group of people they want to help. The more people they can reach, the greater the profit. For others, profit may mean flexibility. They want some income, but they value a flexible work arrangement where they can be with family or have time to travel or explore their other passions. For mission-oriented entrepreneurs, profit may be all about meaning. The product or service their business offers gives them great joy to produce and gives significance to their lives. So, in this step, basically, you define the numbers that you associate with profit and what's your how. That is, what's the business model that you would create that honors your purpose, personality, and also meets your profit goals.
Was this a eureka moment for you to know how to turn your passion to profit? Give me a big yes in the comments. Are you fired up enough to create a business and life you would love? Type I'm ready in the comments. Now let me tell you this, and this is a big one. A passion to profit journey is not a bed of roses. It would be a lot of struggle, at least for the first few months. But once you have created a business of your dreams, where you have all the financial freedom, the time freedom, the creative freedom, it will be all worth it. I often give an analogy of giving birth and raising a child. Those are indeed very difficult years, but ask any mom, she would say that it was all worth it because the joy is boundless. It's the same thing with the passion to profit life. A strong support makes it easier and simpler and faster. That's what I want to be for you. I want to be that support system for you to help you start and build your passion to profit life in an easier, simple, and a faster manner. What had been stopping you from transforming your passion to profit? Was it knowledge? Was it confidence? Support? Guidance? Now let me ask you this. If you have all the knowledge about how to do it, will you start it? If you have all the support, will you be able to do it faster? There's a coach by your side to make sure you make progress every single day. Will you then be able to make it happen? There's a blueprint giving you exact steps to follow every week. There's one-on-one guidance to help you create a business of your dreams. Will you then start it? Will you then be all willing to go in? Are you going to be willing to make it happen in 12 weeks? Write down the answers in your workbook. Now you showed up for this workshop today because you have a passion and you know in your heart that you are meant for much, much more. You showed up for this training because you really wish to transform your passion to profit and live a life of freedom and fulfillment. I would really like to help you make that happen. Now, you have a choice. Using this information I shared in this workshop, you can do all the work by yourself and make a decent living. It may take a few months and maybe years, but if you don't want to lose any more time in building and starting your business, make money doing what you love doing, you should really explore getting help. And I would really love to help you and teach you all the things that I did to transform my passion to profit in 12 weeks. When you work with me, you will learn from someone who has been there, who has done that all, who was in the same boat like you are right now, lacked confidence, lacked knowledge, courage, and even support. But I had the fire in me. I really wanted to have a purposeful living. And I'm sure if you have come so far, you also have that fiery desire in you to make this beautiful thing happen for yourself. And so I want to show you how do you tackle all your limitations and fears and win over them, all the challenges. I want to help you build your passion to profit story using the 4P method I used to create my passion to profit story and also made thousands of aspiring entrepreneurs use it to build theirs. Here's what I need you to do as your next step. I have kept aside time in the next 2 days to speak to you personally and understand where are you right now in your passion to profit journey and how can I help you to apply 4P method quickly so that you also can build your passion to profit journey in the next 12 weeks. So the way I help you is having a clarity call with you, which you schedule for free at the button given below. The call is absolutely free. Why is this free? If you were to book a business clarity call with me, otherwise, which is mentioned on my website, is rupees 3,000 per session. But this clarity call, after you have taken this workshop, is free because of 2 reasons. Number one, regardless of whether you work with me or not, in any official capacity I have the answers for you, the clarity that you are looking for, because I have been there where you are. So I'm committed to support an aspiring entrepreneur who is committed to their own growth. So my job is to help you get to the next level. Secondly, I know there will be some aspiring entrepreneurs who want to learn how they can work with me. And the only way for me to responsibly advise them is to assess where are they in their life journey so that I can recommend the right way to work with me. I encourage you to simply book this clarity call today. I will take all your questions and share how do you turn your passion to profit in an easy, simple, faster method. Hope you enjoy this workshop. Let me know in the comments and I shall talk to you soon. See you.